Practitioner Jay here on a very cold and windy day. Just wanted to get on here and first of all talk about three things that you can do when you're triggered, especially if you drive by or live by any place that's triggering for you. Now, one of the things that I often encourage my clients to do is what's called the grapes and hammock theory. Now, what is the grapes and hammock theory? Basically, every time we go through heartbreak or heartache or a breakup, what we like to do is we like to reflect on all the great times with that person. Oh, I remember when I was with so-and-so and we did this and we had such a great time. Our minds automatically default a lot of times to that, to those times. And what we have to recall is that there was a lot of crappy times too during the relationship. We just have to think a little deeper on that. But because our mind is usually a default of the good, we like to circle that pain and pain shop. So it's the same thing with affairs. When we think of our partner's affair, our significant other's affair, our spouse's affair, we often like to, make this grandiose vision with it. Oh, they were being fed grapes while rocking in a hammock and the big fig leaves were, keeping them nice and cool on a warm, sunny day. No, and what we don't realize is that if we think about it for a second, there's probably a lot of guilt and shame that was around during that time. So if you live in a place where you are often passing by a place that's triggering, whether that's a hotel, a restaurant, Barnes & Noble's bookstore, you name it, I want you to do three things. Number one, I want you to tell yourself, this is not grapes and hammock. It's not grapes and hammock. Stop. It's not grapes and hammock. I don't know what they were feeling, but studies and life does prove and show that people that are in affairs, it's not this grapes and hammock situation. It comes with a lot of tremendous, difficult and emotional circus, shame, guilt, low self-esteem, things like that. Number two, if you're reconciling and rebuilding, I want you to think they are remorseful. They are apologetic. They do regret what they did. And number three, I want you to remind yourself that you have choice and empower yourself with the understanding, I can leave. Might not be fun, might not be easy, but I can leave. I'm choosing to stay. So if you ever are driving by a place and you get triggered that, oh my gosh, my significant other, my spouse, my partner was there with the AP, I want you to remind yourself of those three things. Number one, I refuse to dive into the grapes and hammock pool. That's not reality. Number two, my spouse is apologetic and they're remorseful. And number three, I am deciding to stay. I can leave at any time, and if I choose to leave, I will. And if I can't get over this, I'm going to leave. But today, I'm staying. Those are three things that you can do to immediately regulate your dysregulated nervous system if you are triggered or driving by the place that triggers you. Hope it helps.